Welcome to the Mandatorian. Well, we're the Mandatorian.
What's the Mandatorian?
The name of our show, Mandatorian, with a mandatory watch for your Mandalorian recaps.
Oh, okay. I like it.
You better like it. Welcome to the Mandatorian big episode today. I cannot guarantee that Anthony watched it, but I know Mike did, and I watched it. We're going to talk about it. I know you watched. I know you did.
Tragedy, very telling. Actually, I thought what was going to happen. He was going to get broken up with. It was going to be a flashback to a high school.
I thought it would be a Greek tragedy, where it would be a bunch of anal sex. I don't know what Greek tragedies are. That's why I go with that.
So you yell at me for not starting the show right. First thing out of your mouth.
Greek Wedding, the TV series.
I'm trying to start the show right. Trying to start it right, but I don't. I also want to go with the wave. So, welcome to the. What is it?
Well, I said. I'll answer your question. It's a Mandatorian, but only the most skilled surfers. You know what I mean? It's can do that.
How did that answer any? I did not pose a question. That didn't answer a question. That didn't answer a question that any human's ever asked ever. You said, what about the podcast? You said only the most skilled surfers.
You said I'm trying to ride the wave, and I say yes. But it's a difficult wave, and only the most skilled surfers. No, this is Waimea Bay, man.
The comedic wave of not cutting you off. And also trying to proceed into the interview process, as you will know now, I'm a mastered interviewer, as I have my ADHD interview out.
Yeah,
ride the wave. This is the Point Break of Mandalorian recaps.
There it is. See, Mike knows.
See, I side with Mike all the time.
Yeah,
I'm always sided with Mike.
Do you even want to talk about Star Wars today? Or
yes, this episode was very good.
He delayed. I don't think he watched the episode.
Obviously, I do.
Job I've ever seen one.
Don't tell us if you saw it yet. We want to figure it out.
No, we are going to talk about the episode after I explain that Anthony is clearly doing what I've seen hostage negotiators do, where they just keep him on the line. He's just keeping us on the line before we are not seeing any hostages. In this case, the hostage is talking about the television show that this episode's about.
That's not true. It's not true. First of all, I'd like to note that I've taken the time. I'm in a small art gallery, and I've taken the time to do this podcast in one. Secondly, I'd like to say, I kind of forgot where I was.
Yeah, well, you take note about this art gallery. Are you just saying that you're in a bathroom that has a painting? That what the small art gallery is?
No, I had to move to the kitchen because Mike will tell you all about it. But take it away, Mike.
Oh, I knew it was the kitchen because there's a microwave right behind you.
Oh, right.
But the other room was so chilly. He had to migrate to the kitchen so he could stop shivering.
Why people tune into our Mandalorian recaps.
Thank you, Mike.
It was a tragedy, much like the title of this episode.
Yes, Mike. God bless. Now
why was this such a tragedy?
That's the end of the episode. We're gonna. First of all, before we get into this, just note this: there will be major spoilers. We are talking about the episode. If you please if you're enjoying this, subscribe, follow. For the more, we're doing more Star Wars stuff. Even after the show ends, we're gonna keep doing more Star Wars. Also, follow the Rad Dude Cast, the podcast I do with Anthony, Mike, and Brendan Air.
Yeah, we got some new. Yeah, we got
everything.
New merch for the recap show.
Oh man, now I got to make merch for the recap show. All right, we'll have it by the end of this episode. We'll have some merch for the Mandatorian. It's gonna be me in a Mandalorian suit and Anthony holding the helmet, taking a shit in the helmet that I literally have to put on a second later. That seems very much what
that is the way. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it, huh? Opens up on them going to Tython, which was very exciting to see the not the sorting stone, but the seeing stone.
My God,
similar to like Force Awakens with Rey in that temple. It was very similar to that.
Yeah,
Anthony, how'd you feel about that?
How many goddamn temples and stones do the Jedi's need?
Put them closer.
Yeah.
Their network's more spread out than Sprint in the 90s.
Yeah, Mike brings up a great point. I mean, Jesus Christ, consolidate. How many? You got to go to that. How many times must they end up at the wrong rock? You know what I mean?
Well, what annoys
me, a million.
what's crazy to me is they clearly have the technology for communicators, right?
Yeah.
Which they use. But then the Jedi are like, well, we just use rocks. Well, how come they're not sharing this rock technology? It's clearly simple, doesn't run out of batteries. It blends in with the land, but we're using rock technology.
I couldn't be more on board. I felt that so much. Nothing. This episode maybe nothing. I've gradually inched my way over the Sith more and more as I watch Star Wars, and now I'm full blown. I mean, the Jedi deserve everything they get. Their big thing. They can't place blame on themselves, so they turn to nature every time, and it's so frustrating.
What do you mean?
What I mean is Yoda can't be like, no, he's wrong or he's right. Yoda has to be like, I don't know, ask the tree. And then if the tree says whatever, then we can blame the tree. They will not. There's no accountability in the Jedi Order whatsoever. It's infuriating.
Go in that cave and it'll tell you what's up. I can't be bothered.
No,
but that cave will tell you.
Yeah.
It's just methane gas and you're having hallucinations. But it's okay.
It's the God work. It's the God works in mysterious ways times 100, right? It's like, well, Anakin, the kid I trained, killed a bunch of children and took over the galaxy. The Force works in mysterious ways. You know, the Force does the thing that we don't really understand. Or how about maybe if you didn't rip him from his parents?
Totally. There you
maybe
go.
if you know, gave him a little bit of a better allowance, showed the kid a little love, let him have a single attachment, he wouldn't have fucking went banana crazy.
100%. Yeah, maybe Yoda, it's on you for not giving him a pat on the back, poking him with that stick of yours, and instead being like, you know, Anakin, the way you flew that plane the other day, boy, oh boy, I gotta say, phenomenal.
Right.
Or just put his mom in a hotel somewhere so she doesn't get kidnapped.
Easy.
Right.
Easy.
Put her up in Coruscant in a temple. You know, you got the rooms. We've seen the galaxy. You guys are doing all right.
So you can't give her a room and a wig? People around town like, are you Miss Skywalker? No, it's not me. I'm Miss Doubtfire.
Did you watch
Doubtfire?
Anthony, did you watch the episode?
What?
Did you?
Yes, I thought it was a tremendous. That's as my nameplate says, went out with a bang, man. This was a killer last episode to the season.
It was not the last episode of the season, but that's very exciting that you thought it was.
Well, I don't know where they're gonna go from here. I thought this was a good.
Nowhere else to go. They got nowhere else to go. Pretty much closed it up for us.
Well, I thought it was. This was good. Leave the people with a churning stomach for the next year for where things are going to end up. But you're telling me next week we're back.
Next week we're back. You thought you were free of these mandatory recaps.
Well, twofold I did, and secondfold I thought that was a beautiful way to end this chapter of a book.
Yeah. So we found out a couple really cool things. One is Boba Fett is a Mandalorian. I don't know if you remember this from Clone Wars, but within the TV show Clone Wars, they said that forgot who it was. Fuck, I should have wrote the name down. But one of the heads of the Mandalorians was like, Boba Fett, he's just a bounty hunter. He's no Mandalorian. So people were just like, fuck, I guess he's not a technical Mandalorian. Today, we realize that he is actually a Mandalorian. He's a foundling. And maybe some Mandalorians don't believe foundlings are actually Mandalorian. You know, maybe some people may think that Jin is not Mandalorian. Maybe only Death Watch does foundlings.
Right.
We're all going to find out. But it was exciting to see he is a Mandalorian. Okay. What are you doing?
Classic Muggle situation
over there. A Muggle. Yeah. Is Anthony freezing or is he?
No, I'm going through my notes. What? No, my armpits are itchy.
No one asked you anything.
Oh, freezing in the way. Oh, see, freezing like my technology is freezing.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like my.
I said, yeah. Let's just
I'm quite comfortable.
I said, is you freezing? And then you said nothing, and then you went, huh? Who? My armpits.
No,
I think man, we're never going to know when he has Alzheimer's.
Yes, my armpits are itchy.
Good. I mean, good. Yeah. So, but dude, when the Slave One rolled
my Wi-Fi is shaky.
How exciting was it when you just see the Slave One, the Boba Fett's ship? Boba Fett's ship rolls up. which is called
yeah.
the Slave One.
Mhm.
I thought you knew that. You had one. I'm sure, Anthony. You had all the cool toys when you were a child. Did you not own the Slave One?
True, but I had so many that I couldn't get to all of them. So chances are I was in the bottom of the pile. I mainly like the Ewoks.
I don't know. If
I like the Ewoks because
why?
you asked if I had
Yeah, no. Tell me why you like the Ewoks. Tell me.
the Ewoks because I didn't have anybody in my household to play around with. So, and the Ewoks kind of looks like me. So they were my little friends.
Right.
We wouldn't really do Star Wars stuff. We wouldn't have tea parties or play house or anything like that. We kind of just talk about things.
Right. So how did you feel when you saw the Slave One show up in the episode today?
I knew it was coming. Feel anything.
It's a riveting interview.
I saw he was around in the other episode, so you knew somewhere
I was
around
going to come by.
somewhere around the bend he was going to rear his ugly head.
Did you watch the recap? I don't watch the recaps. When they do the recaps, they kind of tell you what's about to happen in the episode. So you got to skip those recaps.
The recap wasn't very much on this one. Like
good.
Before the recap, you had a little scene of a Fennec Shad being picked up by a pair of hands. So
right.
That let you know she was like she's not dead. Ming-Na Wen, which I was so happy to see again, one of my favorite actresses. And when it landed, I thought this like, oh, cool. He kept that in the garage somewhere. That's they didn't just like sell it off because he didn't pay the rent. That's good for him.
The armor you're talking about?
No, the Slave One.
Oh, right. Yes, that wasn't impounded when he went into the hole.
Exactly. I'm sure that was a to-do though.
What do you mean it was a to-do? You're saying Jabba's to-do list was to sell off the Slave One that's in the parking lot?
No, I mean, I'm sure that, maybe they will show that part, but I bet it wasn't just as easy as, him getting that ship back. I bet that, that there was some kind of bribery involved there, or maybe bolt cutters in the night, something. I don't think it was just easy as pie to get that thing back, is what I'm saying.
There's a whole heist episode of getting your car out of the garage. I agree. Hey, gotta distract some Bomar monks and pay off a Twi'lek.
I argue. I watch a lot of these Mandalorian recaps, and I'll tell you this, they don't cover what we cover. They like to get into Dark Troopers and Force and Canon. We get into bolt cutters in the night on how. My big question: how did he get his ship back? I don't know, man. Maybe he had it parked under a rock. You don't know. No one had the keys.
Well, you give me a line though. You know what I mean? At least Mandalorian go, hey, how did you? And you go, under a bridge. And go, fair enough.
Yeah, it's fair. That is a good question because as you see with Mando, he just leaves his car out in the open with the door open.
He does with a kid inside.
This cocky
cracks
bastard.
a window for the baby.
Yeah, it's like Boba Fett. Like, why didn't he even ask him for my armor? He just left it over there with the door. I could have just gone and got it.
Well, shouldn't have give him this life. Where I'm like, I owe you my life, or you could just grab it out of the trunk. Car's open, doesn't lock, don't got alarms.
Check
Boba
the car.
Fett,
He's
not
reckless.
the best planner. I mean, we got to admit that.
To be fair,
he overthought this. He's like, we're gonna hold him up. We're gonna shoot at the baby.
Very
get an armor. Instead, now he owes this guy another year.
Life
because he didn't realize he could have just gone and got his armor out of the car.
People give life debts like it's nothing over here.
And I like
man,
how
coming back
Fennec was like, "Oh shit, I guess we're doing this now."
In the galaxy, they go, "I got you a new coffee." Did you pick me up one? They go, "I did," and they go, "Well, I don't have cash." You go, "Life debt, life debt." They just give them a life debt. That's
that's
a 30-second joke in the making. Anyway,
that was a good bit in Rebels where he's like, this time you save someone's life, it's a life debt, and he was like, I'm not doing that.
When did that? That's great. I don't remember that part.
In like season 1, when I'm up to episode 5 on Rebels, but when Ezra saves the Sleestack, I forgot his name.
Oh right, great. I'm on season 3 and 4 again, just watching them. It's so goddamn good. It's crazy. But Boba Fett, what?
I thought we'll put a pin in that. Let's go back to Boba Fett.
Yeah, because we're going to cover Rebels after Mandatorian is over. After Mandalorian's over, we're going to watch every Rebels episode as Anthony hasn't watched it, and we're going to talk Rebels.
That's fun. That'll be good.
Yeah, Rebelatorian. Boba Fett kind of a good guy in this. Boba Fett was always kind of made out as a bad guy in the comic books. He's always like kind of a jerk. In this, he was kind of more of like maybe getting eaten by the Sarlacc. Made him come through. He was like an honorable kind of guy.
Yeah, best thing that ever happened to him was getting eaten by that Snarlack. What is it, Sarlacc or Snarlack? I never.
Sarlacc.
Sarlacc.
Not Starlack or Snarlack. Sarlacc.
When you're stuck in there, it just really gives you time to think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of
it's
really important.
It's like how people go to prison and they come out and all of a sudden they're like Rhodes scholars. Like they read every book that's ever been made. That's him. He fucking fixed that lady's core. No problem. She was able to kick a boulder. But you gotta always understand with Boba Fett, this guy watched his father's head get chopped off by Mace Windu.
Right.
You think he's gonna be normal? He is doing so well for what he's seen in his lifetime, and not to mention tripping and falling into that Snarlack. The poor guy could write a book based on his life, and people would read it. Not just at airports.
No, on their free time. I would argue that a lot of books have Boba Fett in them that people read.
But I meant like an autobiography.
Sure, and that's what people are really looking forward to. I'll tell you what Boba Fett didn't do in that Sarlacc belly. He didn't work out. All right, because that Boba Fett armor a little tight. You get a couple. I think that I'm going to be honest. I'm going to call this on the people who make the show, Filoni, Favreau. Throw these two, both. Everyone so far who's put on that armor, it really hasn't fit at all.
True.
All right, old skinny Timothy Oliphant, that thing was too short. On old Boba Fett, that thing was a little too tight. Maybe make the armor a little bit bigger. It's okay.
Yeah, he's gonna blame the robe, but it was really him.
Yeah. How silly did he look with the goofy robe poking out?
Oh, I like
put the armor on.
He just put it right on top. I like that.
Yeah, he put it right on top.
Layered.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I saw this episode is the real redemption of Boba Fett. Because, he hears so much about him throughout the years. He's become this steeped in folklore character. But reality is a tragic story and then a clumsy finish. And he comes back.
Yeah.
From everything you know.
It's rare. I was happy to see him actually, show how to use one of those gaffy sticks.
Yeah.
And then
very cool.
Do cool stuff. I honestly expected once he put on the armor, he was just going to fall over and and have some Inspector Clouseau-esque situation where he beats everybody because he trips over a rock.
Yeah, Mr. Bean, Bean the Empire.
Very much. He's this close for a falling with a turkey on his head, and
How'd the New Order go down? I don't know. Boba Fett was carrying around a ladder, and he just kind of knocked a bunch of helmets off. Took down a whole damn squadron.
He tripped over the self-destruct button. Hero of the Republic now. So it was nice to see Boba Fett finally get his due, and you really got the pain. Like you got the pain of this guy. It's like, man, he's the only person, the only one, maybe besides Palpatine, because I'd like to know a little bit more about what's going on in there. Sure. The only one where I'd watch a one-man show.
The Boba Fett one-man show.
Yes.
What would he call it?
Tripping ain't easy.
Tripping ain't easy. Mike, way to tee that up, man. That was a goddamn LeBron James level assist.
How cute was baby little Grogu? Every time you call that kid loves getting his name called. It's like getting mail to him. He gets crazy. Grogu. Grogu. He loves it. He's so cute. Yeah. Grogu. Yo! That's my name. Grogu. He loves it.
Yeah, well, he's been called the child for fucking half a year now. He's had a name.
Yeah.
The only thing he probably can understand. Finally, it's back. You'd be excited too.
I'll say this. I would argue that being called Baby Yoda is offensive. I would say that you looked at me. That's like looking at me and going, "Hey, there's Fat Rocky." It's like, no, man, you're just calling me by the best guy in my race, And then there's Baby Yoda, Fat Rocky. It's like, get out of here.
I feel like you could do that as a bit, but I don't know where you do it.
Yeah, maybe on a corner, of a comic book shop before someone walks in. Hey, pal, before you go in there, let me tell you why it's weird we call it Baby Yoda.
That just is a worked out idea, you know. You get a little sprinkle of your history in there too. Foolproof.
If you, we have a segment I have to introduce real quick. It's a very quick segment where we cheers to a fallen hero. Cheers to the Razor Crest, which was destroyed in this episode. Two things I want to say about that. One, I did not see it coming. Two, thank God I didn't pay $350 for that Star Wars. Oh shit, Mike bought it for me. I'm gonna buy it from you, Mike. Did you buy it? Did you
I
ever
bought
pull the
it.
trigger?
Of course,
Mike, if you didn't want it, I was going to resell it. So
I don't think you can resell it now. That thing, they blew that baby sky high. Resale value on the cheers to the resale value on the Hasbro Razor Crest, which everyone's going to go. It's going to be worth fucking nothing now.
I disagree. I think it'll be worth more because it appeared for so little. Just the same way that Boba Fett became this famed character because he's only in it for a blip. I think you're going to find the Razor Crest price to go kind of through the roof, man. And can I say one more thing about little Grogu for a second?
Grogu.
I love calling him Grogu. It's such a power move on my end.
Someone actually asked me, they were like, does he really not know the name? And I went, it's hard to say with Anthony because he finds two things very exciting. One, making up shit, and two, pissing me off. So it's the perfect recipe of him never getting it right.
You're 1,000% right. I couldn't find more of a perfect storm for myself and what I find to be enjoyable in this world. One thing, because I'm hanging around this newborn all week, a human newborn, right? And I'm seeing, with a toddler, you got all the people go crazy about the steps of, you know what I mean? Like she's reading early for her age, or she's talking slower. I wonder if they do that with these little Force-driven babies,
Right. He's choking people out simply.
Yeah.
Wow. Like a little Sith baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was adorable how he's throwing these stormtroopers around who are just taking it like champs, by the way.
Right. Yeah, I would have ran.
Two guys.
They're so disposable. It's sad.
Yeah. And then he just like, I gotta take a nap. That is just
well, if you know a baby, they they get a little bit of milk in them and they're passed out before the end of the bottle. So I was surprised he could even pull that off. Of course he needs a nap. And what I mean is, like, in the Jedi Order, I'll go back to my joke. I don't care. Yeah. They go, this guy, man, this little guy, he's moving pebbles at a 4th grade level. We're worried.
No one goes Super Saiyan that quick. He went like Super Saiyan on that rock.
Yeah.
Well, Darth Maul would do the same, wouldn't he?
I agree. That's what I was going to get at. He really showed some more Darth Maul colors in this one.
Yeah, I
agree with any of that.
Thought they were going to be so upfront about it that they were going to say Moff Gideon was going to go, "It's good to see you, old friend."
Old friend Darth Maul.
Yeah,
just immediately called by his first name. Good to see you, old friend Darth Maul. And Baby Yoda goes, Kenobi.
Yeah. My Michael, go ahead.
Well, I think it kind of shows why Yoda had to take off after losing to Emperor Palpatine.
No, don't make excuses for that.
No. Well, what happened was I think his race, whenever they use a lot of the Force, they had to go to sleep immediately. Right. So he had to find a place to go lay down.
After he fought Palpatine for the first time, he was like, I got to take a nap for 30 years. Yeah. I'll see you in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, God. They're such a worthless... For them to be the epitome of the Force is another reason why I'm so Team Sith. It's crazy.
We're gonna have to do a separate video on Team Sith, Team Jedi, on why we would disagree. But
yeah, for sure,
for other time. But
so yes, Greg, go ahead.
Link and comments on that. I was just gonna bring up a new thing. Do you want to finish it on that topic?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how related this is, but I did think it was hilarious that that Mando was basically telling a rock to hurry up. talk to the boulder and see if it could move things along. I was like, we have no concept of magic whatsoever.
Yeah.
I just like how he kept trying to he didn't get the hint. I gotta try this again. And just try it again. And shoot off.
That's true.
Banging your head against a wall. Clearly, things are at play here that are outside your understanding.
The true definition of crazy is attempting the same thing multiple times with getting the same result.
Yeah.
You can't grab the kid off the crazy rock, man.
It's like when Curly Howard tried to fight that bowl of soup. It was just...
right.
Who's that?
So I will say,
Three Stooges.
He fought a bowl of soup. All right, I'll watch that show then.
You go ahead. It's about 80 years old. It's available on no streaming.
I never
services.
took to it, but if you're saying that's the kind of jokes that are happening there, I'll give it a shot.
Link in comments for the Three Stooges. He definitely did speak to. I think on that rock. I think he definitely spoke to some Jedi or something because he was in there for a while. I was thinking that at the end of that episode we'd see a Jedi show up, but maybe they're gonna. I think we're gonna see this Jedi show up at the end of the season, which might be Luke, maybe Leia, maybe Ezra. We're not really sure who it's gonna be. Very excited about that.
Could be Qui-Gon. I wouldn't rule him out.
Yeah, I mean, I would. He's dead. Died about 60 years ago. Died. The first Jedi to die.
Yeah,
I saw one recap show try to say it's going to be Mace Windu, and to them I say, quit trying to rip off our ideas of crazy theories, because our theories are not crazy. They are not. We're not just saying anything willy nilly.
No,
this is evidence Anthony has pulled from the show. He's not just saying something
evidence-based,
wild and crazy to be different.
Yeah.
Although I'll say this: if Mike says something isn't true, as a 90% true it happens. He has not been right about he has not hit one single thing about. He was like, we're not going to see Ahsoka until the last episode. She was in the first second of the next episode.
Yeah.
He has struck out on every one of his theories so far.
Well,
So I'm going to go ahead and put all my money that Mace Windu is who is going to show up as Nick Fury. I'm going to argue that Nick Fury shows up.
I see no basis for fact in that.
Nick Fury's going to show up with an eye patch. And he's going to say, "We're working on a Jedi initiative. What do you think?" And then that'll be that. That'll be.
Here's the thing. I am so into this show. If they do that, I'll see where it ends up. You know what I mean? I'm all right. I'm not out. If they throw Nick Fury into the mix, I'll grant them that.
Let me hit you with another thing I really wanted to hit. Razor Crest, not a clone, little ball. Love the little ball. I'll tell you what I think is funny. One, they're clearly getting the gang back together. One part of this statement is what I thought was hilarious on the reviews I was watching was that all of the people in the real world and our world, the comedy world, were like, "Yeah, Bill Burr, he's back." Everyone in the Star Wars world is like, what the fuck, that guy? Who gives a shit about Mayfield? You can be bringing back anybody. Like they're so into Star Wars that they're like, they want some real characters, but everyone, all of our friends are like, Bill Burr, baby. So happy he's working. Great to see him.
Absolutely. But, and I hope he brings in a little bit of misogyny that this show needs.
Yeah.
They go, man, nice we sprung you from prison. He's like, what's wrong with women?
These Gungans, they don't fucking think. These Gungans, they're like, you're fighting with a Gungan in it. Yeah, that would be great. So I think he's going to go get the gang back together. I think he's going to get Mayfield. I think he's getting the Frog Lady. We're going to see the Frog Lady's powers. That's going to be
baby.
Queen.
And they're going to Ocean's 11 that baby out of that Star Destroyer. Yeah.
And right before they die, Luke or Mace Windu show up, and that's how it's going to happen.
I think it might be onto something. The more and more we get into this, I think it might be onto something with Luke. I'm a little nervous. We're not going to see Sauvage.
Not going to see Sauvage. We are not going to see Sauvage Opress, who again killed 30 years ago in the Clone Wars and wasn't big enough of a character for anyone to give a shit about. You think they're bringing back the fake Darth Maul? Oh well, his brother. Maybe because when Yoda turns into bring back my brother Kenobi.
Maybe he'll talk to those sexy little witch women and bring them back.
Oh yeah, the Night Sisters. I know
I
some
had a
Night
fe-
Sisters.
I got a real thing. I got a real thing for the Night Sisters.
Yeah, who doesn't? 5 for 10. You know what I'm talking about? What are we paying for? The old Night Sister. They work in the 1980s New York City streets. I knew the Night Sisters.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounded so dirty.
Dude, the Night Sisters? That's just a bunch of
Yeah.
hey, $100, we get the party.
Yeah, go into that. You want to go for a good time? Go in that cave.
People think the Republic could get down. The Night Sisters are party girls.
Oh, for sure. They're the kind. That's your best and last sexual encounter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. So I think we're gonna get the gang back together, do like a final episode. Everyone, and then we got to see those Dark Troopers too, which we weren't sure if the Dark Troopers were going to be half human, half machine. Turns out the Dark Troopers are just jacked up droids, and I also think this pushes I still think they're pushing the narrative of they're looking for babies Yoda because they're starting to learn how to clone the Emperor to bring the Emperor back. I think Moff Gideon is like an Emperor, I salute you kind of guy. He's what is it, an Emperor loyalist? I think he's going to try to bring back the Emperor
for sure. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they hinted at that. I mean, I thought it was kind of silly. I mean, Mandalorian was looking at an Imperial cruiser, and then Boba Fett had to be like, well, I got to get a closer look. Like, he saw, Yeah, he was like, guys, I got big news. The Empire's back. I'm staring at an Imperial cruiser. And they were
all those guys we just fought.
We just fought 1 billion stormtroopers, and they kidnapped my little boy.
Yeah, Mando's like, I took down a TIE fighter in season 1.
Unreal.
What did you need? The Empire is back. Also, Boba Fett, last time I checked, you worked for the Empire.
Yeah.
You were hanging out with Darth Vader. No disintegrations. We don't remember that move? That's your boys. Go in there and talk to them.
I found that to be a little strange going forward in terms of Boba Fett being aligned with Mandalorian. So we'll see if that plays out.
I can tell you what happened here, and this goes right back to your theory, Anthony, is I think that Boba Fett and the Empire got into a little tiff when he broke into their impound lot to steal back the Slave One. He's like, I can't, I got a lot of unpaid parking tickets on this thing from when I got eaten by the Sarlacc. Right.
Yeah,
I think it's a combination of that, and while he was in the Sarlacc stomach, he was next to somebody who was a Tatooine equivalent of a Muslim, and he found that spirituality while he was in there, and now he sees a different way.
Classic.
You guys want to hear
Mike Tyson situation?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to throw you one of the most wild theories you're ever going to hear.
All right.
Are you ready? I just thought of it. So it could be wrong.
Okay.
That wasn't Boba Fett. That was
a clone
of Boba Fett, who they believe he's Boba Fett. Hence why he's more good now. And Boba Fett got eaten by a Sarlacc monster. So could be.
Could be, man. That's
I don't
not
see
bad.
it, but it could be.
I don't want to say who I think it is because then it'll definitely be wrong. But
tell me.
Just
Rex?
Say it for fun.
Yeah, you said it, so I'll just agree with you.
Oh,
yeah, that's what that'd be a fun twist.
My man T-Rex.
What if they were like, Rex, why didn't you just say you were Rex? He's like, well, I look like Boba Fett, so may as well just say I'm Boba Fett. He was fat like Rex. But I don't think he's Rex because I think Rex would just be Rex. And I don't think they would do I think they'll bring Rex back appropriately.
Well,
from
Rex,
the Clone Wars, Anthony.
I know. Rex might have felt shame for his part in the Empire taking over. So maybe he doesn't want to be Rex. He doesn't want to say he's Rex anymore.
Sure, yeah. Boba Fett now.
Well, yeah, because somebody was like, well,
I have shame.
Nobody ever saw Boba Fett die. And he goes, oh, really? That's interesting. Well.
So let's just recap on your claim here to put this up against Star Wars canon here. Rex went, I am ashamed that I'm the only clone to essentially not kill my own master, right? Yeah. Had my chip removed. This shames me. So instead, I'll pretend to be a filthy bounty hunter who kidnapped Han Solo, known as scum, literally referred to as some of the filthiest scum in the galaxy.
Well, the human mind, like the Force, works in very mysterious ways.
Thank God they're not human. Well, if they're humanoid.
Well, I consider them human. Then therein lies the problem of you not looking at the clones as equal beings.
Let it. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. Let's say this. one more thing. I guess we'll end on seeing Baby Yoda really going to that dark side by messing the Baby Yoda was doing dark side stuff.
I wonder, this is going to be a hotter take than my usual hot takes. I wonder, and this is never talked about, and we know the Jedi is a religious order, and the one thing we do know about religious orders and children is they're
You think the Night Sisters got to him?
What'd you say?
You think the Night Sisters got to Baby Yoda?
I think more than the Night Sisters might have got to him. I think because Ahsoka was like, he's seen some shit, but I can't really, you know what I mean? And Ahsoka kind of walked away just weird terms with the Jedi.
Shivering, like,
right. So what I'm saying is, like any religious order that we're aware of that has children involved, something is amiss here. And I think we know what is amiss.
I'll tell you who. I think it was Mundy who got
a kiss.
Hey, Mike, can you pull up old Mundy? I can't think of that guy's name. This is who I think got to him. We got to do the who do you think got to Baby Yoda to bring him to the dark side challenge. Guys, in the comments, please give us your theories on who you think molested Baby Yoda or Grogu. We're really out here trying to get these theories. I'm going to go ahead and say I think it was Mundy. I think it was old Sunday Monday. That's why they call it Monday, because that's the day you're. There he is. Look at that
wow,
head.
Yeah, that's a.
What do you think about pedophiles? They always have weird. They always have weird shaped heads. I swear to God, you tell me that guy don't look like he got to somebody.
Greg, I'm on board. I am on board. Whoa.
Goddamn cock on his fucking skull.
Yeah, I bet you flash a picture of that to Grogu in one of these subsequent episodes. You're gonna get quite the reaction.
Baby Yoda, Grogu, show us on the Target exclusive Baby Yoda where old Mundy grabbed you up.
Where in the Force did he touch you?
Oh man.
But I think he's definitely going dark side, doing dark side type stuff. But I also think that maybe, I'm not sure if we made this point last week, but I do think, and then this is like a serious point to what you're saying about the Jedi, is the idea that they're like no attachments. I think that this is going to be the first Jedi to be like, no, have attachments.
Yeah.
Love them, but understand that life allows you to in life, you have to be able to let go of these things, you know, and
yeah.
I think by not having attachments, that hurts the Jedi. That's the reality of religion,
totally.
Right? When you have these priests who aren't allowed to have lovers, what do? They go creepy fingers.
They go to finger town, man.
Right? So let the Jedi have attachments, be in love, and then also understand they may lose them.
Yeah, they need a different leader. Yoda, I look at Yoda like a Pope Benedict type, where he's just too goddamn strict. And they need, who's the Argentine fellow that we got now in the Catholic Church?
I don't follow the
I think it's Pope
Fellini.
Francis.
Ralph?
Pope
King
Fellini.
Ralph?
I think
Pope
Francis. They need a Pope Francis type to usher in a new order of Jedi that's a little bit more progressive and a little bit more lenient, because they keep running into these speed bumps and they can't get out of their own way, the Jedi.
You're allowed to visit your mom. That's just the very first
my
thing.
God, how crazy is that?
What'd you do if they had a very serious
the Sith or Sith bullshit?
What would you do if there was a very serious episode where they were like, listen, new Jedi Order, we're going to say you can now have attachments and love interests. And then one kid stands up and goes, what about gay marriage? And then Jedi are like, I mean, look, you know, love is love, but look, can we just start with just having marriage in general? You know, they start getting all weird about it.
And I go to school with the Gungan. It's just things like that.
I'll tell you exactly what they say, and this will bring it back full circle. They'll go to the tree, ask the tree about gay marriage, and you'll have your answer, all right? So we're scot-free.
Yeah.
Go to that rock, and it'll get you in touch.
Yeah. Zero accountability.
So that's everything I have pretty much as far as notes. Anything else you want to bring up about the show?
No, I thought that.
The only other thing was Min-Na Wen showed her new stomach, and it was just a bunch of bicycle pumps. I don't see how that really helped her.
Bicycle pumps. Yeah,
it was not a real well. Hey, Boba Fett put this in me. It's like, what is he?
Boba Fett, that stuff? Yeah, he's an He's an autodidact, you know. He learned whatever he could down in the Sarlacc summit, but he didn't go to like an accredited school. But he did improve her core well enough where she could kick that boulder. So,
True.
you know,
Right.
It's all
There's something
hydraulic
there.
pumps now. So
Yeah.
Also, you know who else had mechanical lower half? Darth Maul. So this could be foreshadowing.
Great call.
I would also argue that it's wild to me that after all of the ridiculous things you said, after watching Grogu just smashing through stormtroopers, you didn't think to mention once that might be a sign of him being Darth Maul. All of the other signs you've had of Darth Maul, when he actually does dark side shit, it just flies over your head.
Well,
Anthony,
I just thought it was.
you.
I was too obvious because I've already laid out my case very well. So I thought that was just like, well, the evidence now speaks for itself. I don't even have to back the argument anymore.
The little reach out for the dark saber.
Yeah,
like,
that's
that
the
thing.
he
wanted
got
that.
him by the throat. You know, classic Darth whoever stuff. And he let him go, which was like, all right, well, it's debatable, but it's not debatable. I will clearly know the answer.
I bring in another theory, man. Look, I hate to go down your road of psychosis, but maybe Grogu actually is Jabba the Hutt. The guy likes to take a lot of naps. All right,
Could
Maybe
be. I won't
always
rule it out.
sleeping. He's a fat guy on the inside. I know a fat guy on the inside.
He is. He's always eating too.
He is always eating. Jabba Hutt always eating.
That's an
You know what?
interesting. I would say let's not rule it out.
I would like to see the return of Stinky.
Yes, Stinky or Zero.
Yeah.
Who's Stinky?
The other. Well, I know Zero was the other Jabba's Hutt. It was like
Stinky
the
was
right.
Jabba's kid.
Jabba's
Right,
kid.
right. Oh,
Right.
see, yeah, maybe we've never seen Jabba and Grogu up in the same room.
No, you haven't for lots of reasons. But I don't know that I ever. Yeah,
Well, you know,
Sure,
a fault of the writers, I guess.
haven't seen Grogu up in the same room as Abraham Lincoln either. You know, a lot of things we haven't seen. Guess anything's possible in the Star Wars universe. Grogu.
Grogu is a cuter name, though. Come on, we can admit that, huh?
I don't know. I think it's Grogu. I like to call him Gregu. That's his.
Grogu is better than Grogu.
I don't think I even Gregu. I think that'll
Grogu's
happen.
what you call him now, but when he's older and has a snake on his neck, that's when you got to call him Grogu.
Yeah, he'll grow into it.
I love that everyone on the show was like, "Who's Baby Yoda? Who's Baby Yoda?" And everyone made their theories, and then they say Baby Yoda is Grogu, and yet this is the only show that is still trying to figure out who he is. I mean, they clearly gave him a name. We said, no, it's still Darth Maul.
Well, I looked up the
Wait, that's why his name's so outlandish, because
yeah.
Ahsoka was like, "What's your name?" And he was like, "Grogu." That's
It's not quick. Go. It's so close to ga. It's crazy. I looked up the etymology of the word, and the etymology of the word is the Darthist child.
The Darthiest child. Yeah, the Darthiest child.
Darthiest child, got it.
That's good,
So-
and I think that's be the name of the episode of today's episode of the Mandatorian episode, whatever recap. The Darthiest child. Hey guys, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with another wrap up video. Follow everybody on Instagram, Twitter. Anthony, what's your Instagram?
Is it etymology or epistemology?
Anthony
I don't know.
DeVito at some bullshit.
What?
Greg F.
Tivo
Stone.
for Tivo at gmail.com.
That's his email address. Send him messages.
Hit me up, dog.
Mike, what about you, buddy?
At
Mike,
Mike
do the closing
Suarez. What?
Do the closing announcements. Anthony won't interrupt you.
Follow me at Mike V Suarez on Instagram. Follow Greg at Greg F Stone. Follow Anthony at Tivo for Tivo. We got a lot of stuff to do. Make sure you follow the Rad Dude Cast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Get merch from these guys at the Teespring and Teespring/store/the Rad Dude Cast. And make sure you start telling your friends, guys. This is the only Mandalorian TV show recap that is not going to tell you what to think. We're gonna tell you why you should have fun.
Yeah. Only one still trying to figure out who Baby Yoda is.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll find that son of a bitch. All right. See you guys next week. Peace.